welcome, welcome, welcome. This is Kester the Jester again for Kester's Kingdom, and we're going to look at where we've got so far. So, in the last episode, we set up this villager breeder, and we've had a few villagers bred. In fact, if we go in here, and have a look down here, I've got quite a few villagers all on minecarts at the moment, as well as quite a few villagers that are in my trading area. And we've traded up quite a few things, so we've got quite a lot of emeralds now. And in the future, we'll get a lot more. We have got one mending villager, but that's with a book and 32 emeralds, which is a bit too expensive compared to the other villager we've got. The reason why we've got villagers on minecarts is because I'm thinking that I need an iron farm, and I'm going to put it right over there very shortly. Before that, I did want to show you that I decided that I did need a fish farm as well, which I've put in here. Took all of about 3 minutes to put in a fish farm. And the reason why I did that was because I thought I'm going to need name tags. And that's by far and away the easiest way of getting hold of name tags. So I've made up a couple of fishing rods which are fully set up. You know, mending lure 3, luck of the sea 3, and unbreaking 3. It wasn't that hard to get them. I did get a couple of, well, 3 mending hooks out of it, 4 mending hooks out of it even, and an unbreaking 3, which is quite useful. And ink sacks aren't bad either, and lily pads are quite useful as well. So it is quite a good thing to do, but it's not a game changer where I am at the moment. I've got enough stuff already. Great. Always with the monsters. Oh, I see. We have a zombie. Oh, we have a skelly. Let's kill the skelly. Let's see if we can sleep. And yes, brand new day. Yes. There's probably a couple of zombies we need to kill off. It's worth killing off our creepers as well, because I need gunpowder. Now I'm going to have to make a creeper farm at some point, but not straight away. So I'm going to put a very basic iron farm over here, and for my iron farm I need 20 villagers. Now the iron farm is going here, which is more than 60 blocks away from those doors there, so it's going to be a separate village, and it's going to be a very simple system. We're going to have our doors, an area up here. We're going to have 20 villagers, 10 on either side, I think, and when the iron golems fall down, they're going to fall down into lava at the bottom here. Simple as can be. Okay, so we're going to do that. So we need some materials. I haven't got anything worth calling materials here. So I'll just get the materials and then we'll be right back. And we're back. And I've gathered some resources. I've got some lava, some stones, some glass. I've got some hoppers, some chests, and some doors. And that's what I'm going to need for the first layer of this. I'm going to do this in 2 layers. I'm going to start off 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm going to start off by putting 2 chests there and there. I'm going to put 4 hoppers going into those 2 chests. Okay. Then around this we're going to put a load of glass, so we'll just get some glass out. Get rid of that azure blue, which I don't need. And I'm going to have glass all around this. And this is our first layer, and we are going to go up 10 layers. So that's 3. So after the top, 4. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and the last layer. And this is where our iron golem is going to fall down, and we need to have lava above that, so that they will fall through into the lava. But before we do that, we need to put some base to this. Right. So, in each direction, so if that's the middle, we are going to go out 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. And I'm going to just fill that all in, and I'll be back. And we're back, and you can see we've filled in all that. Now I'm going to, before I go up there again, I'm going to put the signposts and the lava in. And I want to do that because I want one of the buckets for water. So we just put the there for a second, so one there. Actually, we don't need any more lava, do we? But we use that bucket of water. I'll just fill it up. And we'll go up to the top. Not falling into the middle, because that would be silly. Right, so around the side here, because this is going to be the most visible bit, I'm going to put a whole load of quartz blocks. So let's go around and do it like that. If you don't know this technique, by the way, where I'm just walking backwards and I'm holding the right mouse button, so every time it can place a block it does, it's much quicker than trying to do it without using this automatic technique. So one more there. And we just try and get all the way around before it gets too dark, and then we're going to rush back to bed. I'm ready for the next bit. Okay, nearly done. And one other technique which you probably know is if you use the middle button on your mouse, or the button where the wheel is, that refills your inventory with whatever you're using or whatever you're looking at, providing you've got it in the rest of your inventory rather than just your hotbar. Okay, let's sleep. And then we've got 2 more levels of the quartz to put round. Have I got enough of that? That's iron blocks. Definitely do not want to put iron blocks down there. Let's should have a load of quartz. Should have some more quartz as well. Let's have a quick look down here. There's another one there. Oh, if I put the signs away, I can grab a bit more. Now I know I can use a recipe book for this, but for me that's just easy to do it that way. He shoots, and he makes it. Okay, not the brightest thing to do. Let's put that there. We'll clear that up later. Now we need one more layer of this in a second. I'm not going to have to go all the way around. I will get some more in a minute. But before I head down, I'm going to put water all the way around here. Uh-oh. I've just realised that's not going to work. clear this up. Oh. Where's our silk touch pick? We'll break that again. Let's just fill up my bucket. And we do the far side. So we've got two bits that on each side that aren't going in. So if we put in there, in there, in there. I actually think we don't need that one there. No! That was a mistake. In more ways than one. So, as you can clearly see, we have missed a bit in this editing because of the major problem caused by me actually blocking, making water sources instead of just doing it in the right places in the first place and not actually looking at what I was meant to be doing, which wasn't very clever. So I had to clear out the lava at the bottom, which is now cobblestone. I had to remove all of the water sources and then replace them. So the corner source doesn't go there; it goes to the block above the other layers, and the next two spaces to the corner don't have water in them at all because the water falling from the block above covers that. Then I went ahead and I put in the doors and I put in more quartz going round, and now I'm putting the second layer for this particular part of the iron farm, which means that I will then have more places where the iron golems can spawn. So I'll just do a little bit more of that, show the video running, and then we'll go on to the next bit. So I've put in both layers, spawning layers of the iron golem spawning area. Just nip to the side here. This is where the villagers are going to go. So we have a little pen. We're going to put 10 villagers in there. that there for a second so we can go up here. This is the top. This is glass, so that we don't need to we won't have anything spawning there. And the iron golems will fall through the middle. Now, not only can they there's the other layer below that. So we just look in there. So that's the second layer. Again with a hole in the middle, the holes line up. Otherwise, I would be really bad, and not just bad. So all we've got to do is get 10 villagers in there now. Now, I have got my villager breeder there. I've got a whole bunch of villagers in minecarts. So I just need to send them up here. And we're done. And we're back when we've done that. Okay, I've got 9 in, and this guy here is going to be our last one. We're just giving him a push. He goes down there. Up here. We follow him along. Past the breeder. Up he goes. And we get to the top here. Gonna push him in a little bit. Take out his chunk. There we go. So that's it. All 10. Now I'm just going to put some glass over the top here so that they can't be attacked by anything. And I'm going to get rid of this horrible netherrack because it's just ugly. And with any luck, very shortly, we should have some iron golems. Now, the rate of iron golem spawning with this setup is about 1 in every 12 minutes, which is not fast. I'm going to do exactly the same up there. So we'll have twice as many, so that'll be once every 6 minutes. And that should be plenty for the amount I play to get produced lots and lots of iron. I could have built up a much more complex and bigger farm, but this farm is simple enough and it does the job. And before you know it, I will have more iron than I know what to do with. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have, please leave a like. If you really enjoyed the video, please subscribe. My name is Kesters, and that's it. Thank you very much for watching. See you in the next video. Bye for now.